Greetings, and welcome once again to JC Pilcher's Age of Ornan vlog. In the land of Osdod, there was an ornery old farmer. He had lived there for years, owing allegiance to nothing but his own desires. One day, a rider came to his farm.
"What do you want?"
the old farmer asked. "Hello, my man," the rider said as he dismounted. "Today is a great day for you. I come on behalf of the king."
"King? You're mad. There is no king in these lands."
"Well, of course there's a king. It cannot be called a kingdom if there were not a king."
"I never called this forsaken land a kingdom. If there was a king, we would not have this infernal wilderness everywhere. There would be towns and prosperity, as there are in other kingdoms. So don't come around here telling me that there's a king."
"I must say that this comes hard for me to tell you. I can't exactly state my purpose if you deny the fact that there is a king."
"Then be gone. I have nothing more to say to you."
"But friend, you must believe. This is a matter of life or death."
"Let me save you a world of trouble, kid. There's no king. If there was, he would have shown himself to us."
"Denying the reality of the king does not make him go away."
"Why? Have you seen him?"
Well, actually, no. There are only a few privileged people who have seen him, actually."
"Well, that's my point. You haven't seen him, so he's not real."
"But in my hand is a decree from the king, written by one of the king's scribes, and it bears his seal."
"You have a piece of paper written by a commoner just the same as us, and as far as the seal goes, anyone could have put it there. It was probably you."
"Of course I didn't. Don't be absurd."
"And you stop intruding on my land."
Yes, your land. That's the reason I am here. You see, the king decreed that you are living in rebellion against him. You, along with all his subjects, refuse to pay your taxes."
"Just what I thought. You're just trying to rob me."
"If you would listen, I would explain. The king says the debt you have racked up is greater than you could ever pay off, and the penalty for that is death."
"Then why doesn't he just come here and kill me?" "Oh, wait. Maybe it's because he's not real."
"It's because he does not delight in the death of the wicked. You have transgressed his law, and as king he is bound by duty to punish you. He owes you nothing but a swift and silent death. But our king is a good man. He loves his people so greatly that he sent his son into the world. This son obtained a fortune through the most bitter toil, and he has saved enough to pay the king back for all that the servants have robbed from him in taxes. The king says that he will accept his son's gift on one condition. If you forsake your evil ways and swear your allegiance to him, then he will make it as if you had never done him wrong."
"There's no one who could do such a thing. If someone owed a lifetime of debts, there would be no one in this world willing to forgive that."
"But the king and his son are true men. Take me, for example. I too have never paid my dues to the king, but I accepted the prince's gift and am now in allegiance to the king. He was true to his word. I am forgiven, and there are many others just like me who have also received this gift."
"If there was such a king, I would never ally myself with him anyway. Look at this land. No good king would leave it in such a wreck."
"All that is evil in this land has come about because of our rebellion. It is not his fault that things are this way. Please listen to me. The king has defended you against so many attacks from our neighbors. He has sent countless messengers out to you to warn you, but they've all been killed or persecuted by those rebelling against the king, those that they came to help. He has given you all so many chances, but you refuse to see."
"I believe what I can see. Therefore, I will not believe until I see the king face to face. And then I will let him know how awful of a king he's been so far."
"How dare you? He is the king. You are his subject. He owes you nothing. To see the king is a blessing greater than anyone could dream to ask. To demand to stand before him it's the most insolent thing a person could ask."
"That is my final offer. He can show himself, or I will not serve him."
The king has said that he will show himself to the people. He will show himself on the day of judgment. But at that time it will be too late. You will have made your choice, and may you have had a change of heart before that day, lest he come to judge you. Go speak your nonsense in someone else's ears. I will not change what I think. And so it was that the messenger left. Gellar said, the king was true to his word, and forgave the debts of those who offered their allegiance. But upon the foolish farmer and others like him, a most dreadful judgment fell. It makes me glad I'm a Vasharite, Burdip said. If I had not been saved at a young age, I feel that I could have been one of them, one of those believing only in what he sees. But I guess that is the way of a fool. If only the people of the world would come to realize that Vashar does not need them, nor does he owe them anything. In fact, it is they who owe the debt. Only by a measure of love and mercy beyond anything the races possess can we be forgiven. If any of us were in Vashar's place and could see how absolutely disgusting our sins are, we would all have no mercy on anyone. We would all drop the hammer. It does make you want to tell that man about Vashar. You want to warn him about what he's walking into, but he would never listen. Tell him anyway. He will probably refuse. But Vashar has called you to tell, not to convert. That is his job. What a person does with the message he has been given is between them and Vashar. Preach, my lad, preach to all who will hear, and let death be the only thing to silence you. Alrighty, people. That is the conclusion of my little short story there. Hope you like it. This is, once again, as I mentioned, just to give a little lesson. Hopefully it's obvious enough to where I won't have to explain the meaning of everything. If you didn't get it, I will be more than happy to answer if you just comment your question. And I believe that about covers it. I hope this gives you a little bit of taste of a couple of the characters, some of the primary characters in the Age of Ornon series. And I should be posting more videos of this nature in the future. So yeah, that's about where we are. With that said, I'd like to wrap this all up and say, please comment, please like, please subscribe. JC Pilcher would be very grateful for that. And I hope, in turn, that you will be blessed, most assuredly. But all goofiness and jokes aside, have a great Christmas season. May God bless, and have a very Merry Christmas.